What's up traders, let's have a quick look at USDJPY from a weekly time frame. So from a weekly time frame we have a very nice push to the downside, very big impulse to the downside. And what we can expect after an impulse, normally if the market makes an impulse, the market cannot keep falling to the downside. The market has to make a sort of retracement or basically a correction to previous support, which will now be resistance, and further continuation to the downside. So on a weekly time frame and on a weekly perspective, if you take your Fibonacci basically from this high over here to the low of the impulse that stopped at the close of the week, we can actually see where the market is going to now come up and retest. And if you have a look at the levels that we have a nice 382 and we have the 618 marked in blue. These are the strong levels, of course, in the market. What you want to be noticing and what you want to be taking into consideration is that if you take a box and draw it all the way from here to here, you can see that the market had very nice support in this area, had very nice resistance in this area. We had nice support touch over here, plus we had support here, resistance here, support here, and now that we've broken to the bottom or through the basically this support area, we can find resistance in this area and further continuation to the downside. So basically the market is going down for an impulse, which it had already made over here, and then we are basically getting a correction to the previous support, now turned resistance that we have broken, and we can have a further continuation to the downside, basically completing an impulse correction and impulse setting. So a very simple concept in the market. Plus what I would like to show you guys is, if you have a look on the weekly time frame, we have very strong area of support here in this area. So what we can expect definitely is the market now to have a nice push to the upside, which would make sense to reach this area and then further continuation to the downside. So on a weekly time frame, that's what we have. Let's go down on a daily time frame and let's look at price action itself. Now if you have a look at the area that I have identified, you can see that we had nice area of previous resistance here, so basically broken to the downside and then retested it with a very small retest. So we can expect the market now to come and retest it again and then further continuation to the downside. But what we also have to make sure and take into consideration, take into mind, is that if we take our box and move it a little bit below to this area over here, as you can see we had nice support over here, so we need to adjust our area of importance first. So we adjusted it our area of basically resistance, and we are expecting the market now to at least reach around this level in order for us to get a nice push to the downside. So on a daily time frame and on a weekly time frame, if you take your Fibonacci from the high to the low, you'll be able to see that the market has not made a retest. So what we're expecting is the market to at least come up to this level around here. Once the market does reach to this level, we will be looking for a sell opportunity for this pair to the downside, because we are overall bearish from the monthly down to the weekly time frame. So if you have a look at that, this is what we're expecting. We're expecting the market to come up and retest this area of the 382 of the Fibonacci and then further continuation to the downside. So on the 4-hour time frame, we'll be waiting in this area to take a trade with a good risk reward. Of course, we always have to make sure that we use risk management. So this is a very simple concept in the market. If the market now would start to come up and break this level, then of course we will not be interested in taking a short. Then the market basically has a bigger probability to go to the upside. So what we're expecting is, if the market reaches this area and start showing us a change of environment and also breaking structure, making higher low highs and lower lows, then of course we will be looking for a short on this pair. So this is exactly what I have from a weekly perspective from USD Japanese yen. I hope you guys enjoy this analysis. Don't forget to hit the like button and also leave me a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you very much for your time and have a good trading week.